fans are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Dallas Cowboys. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go. 30 base.
Check 55, Mike. Hey, check 4.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Out of the gun now on third down. Forced out to his left. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's fourth.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
This is taken at the 15. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And I think the ball's out. And this will get out of bounds right at the line of scrimmage. So fortunately, they're able to hold on to the possession. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. To throw again on second down. Prescott. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bud Dupree. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Looking to throw on second down. Prescott, and his throw here's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Prescott going up top. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They'll set up to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down. Then he'll give it here to his running back. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Back to throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and through, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
I got you. I got you. Check safety, check safety.
We're going to 54. Why ain't? Here we go, 47. 26.
They'll try the sweep with Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
56, check 56. Watch the run, watch the run.
Hey, kill. 26.
On third down, it's Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Had to pass there, third and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for third and short, because when it's third and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. The point after is good, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Prescott from the gun. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bud Dupree picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command. And it's a fumble.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
50, plant.
He'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 23.
70, Indians.
First down, Washington.
And a give this time to the tailback. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd and 4. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
But maybe that can give them a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Switch gears.
Bravo.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Let's go.
Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Draw play, Elliott. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
47.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up third.
26.
Prescott from the gun on third. That one complete. Elliott. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
56 to Mike, boys. 56.
On second down and 4. Prescott firing quickly here, and that's complete.
Prescott's pass. Caught by number 11. It's a gain of 3.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
Switch. Get him on. Rest. Hey, watch it. Watch it.
26.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And a quick throw here. That's complete. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Dallas. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. 10th carry now for Elliott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Yeah, that's what I do.
On second and 11 now. Prescott. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw is Prescott. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And all the way to the opposite 45. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory. Give him 53 yards on the ground.
And the Redskin first down.
So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
61, matchbox, lights. Down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. They'll look to throw here. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline and puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
64, weak.
He'll drop to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Tressway now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. That's pulled in at the 32. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Play action now. Prescott looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 34 in Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. They'll run with Elliott. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
Throwing on 2nd down, Prescott. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Bud Dupree able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Now to try the field goal, here's Daniel Carlson. From the right hash, this from 53. The kick by Carlson is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use time?
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 33. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
On play action, Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. That catch good for 5. It's third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
56. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Prescott to throw this time. And that's Elliott, complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it second down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. Second and 3. Prescott. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Prescott on first down. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off down at the 2. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it second and 6. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, second and 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Check. Any weapons.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. He'll return it from the 6. And he's taken it all the way back for the return touchdown. And this game just got a little crazier. They're still alive here in the final stages.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And this is going to be covered up by the Redskins. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Oh, no, he lost the football. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now fourth down.
And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. So a victory here for the Washington Redskins. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Washington, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.